This is Smoking Out the Closet. Now, here are your hosts, Alex and Rayven Greer.
Hey, it's Rayven. I wanted to announce 2 new affiliate programs that Smoking Out the Closet is now a part of. First, I would like to announce a Pittsburgh local company, The Hemp Co., with 2 E's in The. They offer hemp-derived products including Delta 8 and Delta 9 gummies, vape cartridges, and pre-rolls, HHC vape cartridges, and sustainably used devices and products. All products are made with hemp bioplastic for all your cannabis device needs. And every product is third-party lab tested, DEA certified, and Farm Bill compliant. If you're looking to visit them in person, you can visit them at 20280 Route 19, Number 3, Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania, 16066, or online at theehempco.com. Be sure to use SOTC20 at checkout for 20% off on us. And we're also wildly excited about our partnership with Blazy Susan. They offer their iconic Blazy Susan rolling tray, as well as papers and cones in unbleached hemp, their famous pink, and their brand new purple colors. Follow our affiliate link in the show notes and use Blazy10, BLAZY10, for 10% off on checkout. Now, on with the episode. Hi, I'm Rayven. I use she, her pronouns.
Hi, I'm Alex. I use they, them pronouns.
And welcome back to another episode of Smoking Out the Closet. For those of you who don't know who we are, or this is your first time listening to our podcast, we are a queer podcast, pun intended, that talks about cannabis, the LGBT community, and everything in beyond.
So welcome.
Man, I'm pretty zooted.
Zooted.
I'm zooty tooty.
You want to talk about what we're zooty tooted on?
Oh, yes. So, well, I'm not a huge fan of Columbia Care as a company. As recent times I found out they're, sorry, I keep squeaking the chair. They don't support home grow. They're one of the proprietors of kind of more like even medical cannabis. Well, I'm not 100% sure. I need to gather more research on that personally as well. I tend not to buy a lot of their products. But this strain is something that I've been on the hunt for over a year. And it's been a while since I've had it, so I had to get it again. It is motherfucking Pineapple Express from Cresco today.
I got so excited. I saw that when I came in the morning, I had an email saying, hey, this is our delivery, because like we have an email system, and like I think I'm subscribed to a couple of them. I really should be subscribed to all of them so I know who gets what. But I was like, ooh, Pineapple Express flower, yes, and it looked good. Like it looked real good. I remember you had it one time, and I think I didn't try it then because I was still kind of about the pinene, and I think that batch had a little bit more pinene in it. But
yeah,
this batch is really nice. You want to talk about it?
Yeah. So, first off, I got this strain originally in State College before we even started the podcast. That's how long ago I had it. This strain is really good. Now, this batch isn't as good as the last batch I got, but it's still pretty good. Really good flavor profile. Kind of gassy, but not overly powerful. Great color on the flower. It's got 25.12% THCA and 0.58% THC. No CBD, but 0.12% CBDA. Carryophylline comes in at 0.234, beta-pinene at 0.093, limonene at 0.249, no linalool, 0.3 beta-myrcene, 0.083 of humulene, 0.064 of pinene, and 0.992 on terpenoline.
That's what had me so excited about this, because I love terpenoline.
Yeah, you're a terpenoline stan.
I really am. And you said it smells like freaking mothballs.
Yes, your Lemon G vape cartridge or Moxie. No.
Dirt Pod.
Dart Pod. Thank you. I'm so fucking high.
I got a double bear Dart Pod, which is like 2.4% terpenoline.
And it smells like fucking mothballs. I don't know if that's just the oil they use for
It's
the
just
Dart
terpenoline.
Pod.
It's just terpenoline smells like that. I'll let you smell my citrus haze that also has a decent amount of terpenoline. I swear it's just terpenoline that smells like that.
Okay.
It's kind of not quite lemony, but it's in a weird just
Mothballs.
mothbally range.
But I didn't get that from the strain for the flower of
No,
Cresco.
it tasted very tasty.
Very good. I would say it's very more like a tea floral flavor.
Yeah.
I'm not really getting like pineapple-y flavor from it,
I wasn't either.
but I never do with this strain.
Some of them, I swear, they're definitely just more botanical terms of like plant name, like parent names and stuff like that. Yeah, some
like
of them don't
lineage.
have lineage instead of like flavor profile.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
Actually, I can look up what
Pineapple Express is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got really excited. And you said you had it at your place. We had it at ours. Our partner, it was out by where they were at. And they got Pineapple Express in too.
By crossing Trainwreck with Hawaiian is how
Okay.
you get Pineapple Express. Oh man, it's great. I mean, it's a 25% THC in a flower, especially in Pennsylvania. Not fucking bad.
No, not at all.
Like, so, but it's definitely a creeper.
Hits you like a train.
Yes, it hits you like that train wreck. Because train wreck's a creeper too, and I think that's why it's called a train wreck.
Yeah, it's just because there's nothing then bam all at once.
Mm-hmm. What would you rate this?
I was thinking about that while we were smoking it today, and it's changed because it was like meh. I was like, what number is meh? And I was like, that's maybe like a 2.5. And I was like, that's kind of harsh. Maybe a 3. And now I'm like, maybe a 3.5. It's all right. It's 3.75. Not quite a 4, but it's good. I don't know how medicated I feel, but I enjoy this strain.
I feel very, very medicated right now. And kind of just zeroed in, but kind of also kind of not here as well.
Yeah, I feel kind of not here. I feel like, I don't know, this is a hybrid?
It's a sativa dominant hybrid.
I like it. I don't think it would be like a during the daytime thing for me. Maybe the afternoon. Definitely not something I need a lot of I feel like focus for, but that might just be me.
Yeah.
So, no, I like this a little bit more than some of the other that's why I'm like 3.75. It's not quite as good as some of the stuff I've had that I've rated in the 4s, and it's not quite as bad as the stuff I've rated in the 3s. So,
yeah,
there we go.
I'm actually. This one actually might surprise you. What do you think I'm going to rate this as?
Like a 3. No? Higher? 4.
Close.
And a half.
Not that high.
And a quarter.
4.3.
Okay. I was close with the 4.
You
quarter.
Yeah, you were.
4.25.
The only reason why I'm saying that. The only reason why.
What redeems it and makes it that high for you?
I kind of liked the train wreck thing. Because, I'm enjoying the smoke. And I'm enjoying it, but I'm not getting really high while I'm smoking. It's more I'm able to enjoy the flower and then kind of get high.
Yeah.
So I don't feel overly high when I'm finished. I am really high, but it's one of those things that it eased me into the high instead of kind of just rushing me into it. Well, it did hit me like a train wreck. It was very much more like the cable, like I was in like a booth waiting to catch up with the rest of the wreck. So it's kind of gradual, and by the time like my car got there, so much of the energy has already gotten away, so it's kind of a smooth ride into the wreck. The wreck being high. Also, just the cure. The cure on this is one of the better ones I've seen out of flower that we've rated lately.
It's very nice. It's kind of squishy.
Yeah,
but
it's a soft. It's not like crunchy, but it's not like overtly like gooey either.
And this is one thing I really like about Cresco's flour. I feel like a lot of their flour cures like this.
Mm-hmm. It's marshmallowy.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good cure. Also, just the fucking amount of like trichomes that are on this, and just I can feel it on my fingers when I'm touching it.
You sticky?
A little sticky.
Not you.
I didn't say your name. Alternative name for the echo in our room. Keep that in. But also, I'm very giggly. And after the day I've had with my PTSD freak out I had earlier today, while I did calm down a lot after we did our like putting everything away and everything, this kind of just pushed all of that like relaxation I did and doubled it for me.
I do feel like I feel just relaxed.
Yeah.
Like when I was putting my coat back and like when we came back inside, I was just kind of like, it's gonna be a nice night. I don't have to worry about doing anything really tonight. We said we were gonna take down the tree. We don't really have to.
Yeah. It's that stereotype, like, I'll do it later.
Do it later. It's okay because we've done so. I just got off my 4-day stretch of work. So I'm very much like, I'm okay. I'll just do it later.
Yeah, we got time.
When I came home on Saturday, I just lay down in bed and I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it does help with the relaxation, I feel like.
Yeah, so 4.3 for me.
Yeah.
Now going into what we said, like, it's kind of, you're not feeling the same effects I'm feeling today.
It also, can I say, doesn't really curb my anxiety as much as I like. Because it does let me relax, but my thoughts still kind of wander into the what ifs and the troubling, quote unquote, troubling sections of like
anxiety.
Yeah, and thought pattern, like secular thought patterns and shit like that.
I think what we need to do is from now on, I need to roll 2. Like, we need to have our own sampling instead of passing. Because I also, is this merging into what I want to talk about? My tolerance is shit right now because, like, it has gone way up and I'm so mad. And I feel like it has to do with me being on T. Because it totally can.
That and, like, I don't know, because I haven't really been doing much else different. I still puff on my pen throughout the day like I did when I was I still I had some, like, more edibles, but it wasn't, like, RSO, so it wasn't super strong, like, potent. They were more, like, easily digestible stuff. I don't feel like it wasn't super high, like, milligram either. So I don't understand. Like, it's not like I'm shotgunning a syringe of RSO every day.
Yeah.
Why my tolerance is so high.
And so that's the theory I introduced to you. I don't know if your doctor talked to you when you started the testosterone, if that would be a thing or not. The reason why I'm thinking it will be is because when I started my hormone therapy, and I have seen it being on tests, like being MTF, my tolerance with the lack of testosterone in my body has actually gone way down. Especially with like alcohol. So, I mean, that could be a reason why. Because if mine goes down and you're taking the opposite hormone, basically you're taking the hormone I'm getting rid of, theoretically it should
We're swapping.
Yeah, it should go up.
Yeah,
So eventually you'll be sitting there with a bottle of rum, just drinking it in 2 hours and not feeling shit.
It sucks because that's not cost effective.
No, it's not. That's why I love the love of mine going down.
The cost effectiveness of alternate viewpoints on life. There we go.
No, but like,
negative terminology.
But like, what other effects have you been feeling? Because you're about what, 1 month on testosterone?
I've been a month on testosterone.
Yeah, you're 1 month on T. So what
Horny.
effects?
Horny all the time.
Especially on your
the shot days. Oh my god! Monday. I'm so glad that I'm not at work. I'm sorry for anybody who doesn't want to hear this, but this is what testosterone does to you, and any like 14-year-old boy will tell you that stereotype of 14. Like if you look at Morty from Rick and Morty, he's a 13-year-old boy and like he jerks off. It's the testosterone does it. That's just what it does. That's what it does.
Cause you're doing, every time I ask you what's wrong on the days that we take our hormones, you just do the sound file from Family Guy. What's wrong with you? Sex? What? Sex?
No! I just go, what the hell's wrong with you? What? Sex? What? Sex? No! Also, fucking hungry. Oh my god. Hungry has become a part of just who I am as a person. I don't feel like I'm never not hungry.
I mean, that's a good thing though, because what you've had in the past.
Yeah, but still, where am I putting it? Where is it going?
Your metabolism's a lot higher. Welcome to having a hollow leg.
I also now have some nice cheek definition going on. My jaw hurts like a motherfucker. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because my face, I feel like, is kind of
squaring.
It's doing a thing right now, and I like it. But I have a little bit of like, always had a round face, and I have a little bit of like jawline definition, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Cheekbones? What is going on here? Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I love you.
But yeah, anyway, that is just kind of like, oh, okay. I also feel like now that I'm sitting down here and I'm recording the podcast, I feel like my voice has gotten a little bit lower.
I was just thinking that too.
My throat hurts.
Yep.
A lot. And I talk a lot at work.
Mm-hmm.
I drink a lot of water, and I think that's probably why I pee more.
Probably.
Jeez.
I mean, because okay, buddy, I'll pet you. I know I pee a lot more just because like my testosterone blocker kind of makes me do.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just, stay hydrated.
Aw, your bear's stuck.
There you go, buddy.
You got him.
Gosh, is there anything else you want to talk about?
What else has been going on? Confidence, that's a thing. Also, my seasonal depression has seemed to have vanished.
Oh yeah, you were talking about
which
that
is
on the porch.
I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I was like, I one day made the offhand comment. I was having a kind of shitty morning. I was kind of grumpy because I couldn't find things, and I didn't sleep super great. And I was just trying to get myself like moving, and I was just like, I wish I was this fucking not neurodiverse. I wish I was quote normal or whatever the fuck that is, neurotypical. And now my brain is not actively trying to like destroy itself in that respect. It's just my anxiety is still getting to me.
Mm-hmm.
But, and honestly, the anxiety I can deal with.
I mean,
to an extent.
With having multiple things on top of each other,
it just gets really rough. But with the depression, it's just like, where did it go? Was it because of not being able to transition? Is that like where this stemmed from?
It could be. I mean,
for a while,
I've been with my hormone, especially of late, like since I started taking the injections and everything, I've been actually looking at myself in the mirror and feeling way better about myself.
I feel the same way.
And like the girl I see in the mirror kind of matches the girl that I feel that I am inside. And it's really nice, to be able to finally feel that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I've noticed so far.
Okay.
I was making like a video on TikTok of like, hey, this is my voice, blah blah. And I got a new phone. I think I talked about that on the podcast. and my fucking beginning of my video is gone now, but I've re-recorded it, and I'm curious to see how it goes.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just this what I'm feeling right now is why I voted 4.3. Yeah. Like I'm not like super gone where I'm like I know I said zooted, but I'm not like in that chair kind of like
Not like the melty.
Yeah, I'm more of just I'm feeling real good right now. And that is a-okay.
Bear.
Yeah. Our boys like to come in while we're recording and, cuddle and everything because it's nice chilly days, kind of cuddle.
One of them also just likes to get into where the cat food is.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I always want food like Nibby does. Nibby can eat all day, why can't I?
Oh, dude, can I talk about what I made for dinner tonight? For my version of dinner?
Oh god, that was good. Yes, please do.
Okay, so we went grocery shopping today. And what we do is we go to Costco, or we'll go to Aldi, and then we'll go to Costco. So what we're starting to do,
and it made grocery shopping so much easier.
So much easier on us. And honestly, for the amount we got, we filled our entire fridge and freezer for like $30?
Yeah.
Which is not bad. It's like $8 per day for the both of us for a month.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
It's nuts.
But we got like a big thing of Eggos.
How many were in there?
72 Eggos.
So many fucking Eggos.
And we ate 6.
I justified it with I can toast them in the mornings and like eat them before I go to work real quick. And then also we could have them for dinner and get chicken and gravy and make chicken and waffles. But what you did tonight with yours
was very stoner.
Oh my god, it was good.
So it was I get like weird food ideas sober. I didn't think I've talked about that before, but today's food related idea was I made an Eggo sandwich. And that's not unheard of. People do that with like peanut butter and banana slices and make a sandwich that way.
Those are good.
I, however, decided no, I wanted some like fruit and chocolate flavor. So because we both did 3 slices.
Yeah, both did 3 Eggos.
So I had peanut butter or grape jelly, and then on the bottom, so like facing up. Yeah. And then there's a middle piece with Nutella on both sides. And then the top, which has grape jelly on the inside, topped on.
And then take a bite of it. It's so good.
So good.
Oh my goodness.
And it's Smuckers or Welch's?
I think we got Welch's.
We got Welch's grape jelly. It was so good.
It was so good. I'm so glad we got the Nutella.
Me too. Oh, okay.
Oh, our fucking...
Ugh.
That's contagious.
Yeah, sorry.
Our cream puffs that we got at Gordon's. Those were great.
Oh, those are good.
So good.
Oh, should we talk about the healthy stoner snack we got?
Yeah, the freaking... Oh, those are good.
So we are on the hunt for some alternative snacks for after we have sessions and everything.
Because munchies are very real.
And so one of the things we've noticed is we tend to have more bad snacks generally. I mean, you got like what, 4 family-sized bags of Doritos because they were on sale recently, and we have like what, 1 left now?
Yeah.
And that was like what, 5 days ago?
Can I preface this with we made nachos with a bag of Doritos?
Yeah, that was half a bag though.
God, yeah, we ate 2.5 bags of Doritos in 3 days. God, that's bad. I used to do that when I dated Fucknuts Logan.
Yeah.
I would eat so many fucking Doritos. I'd eat a bag of Doritos in a weekend.
But
and go through like a 2-liter of soda by myself. Yeah. It was bad.
But I notice when I'm not usually like high, like my appetite's gone down.
Yeah.
Because I had trouble eating 1 foot long from Subway.
Meanwhile, I feel
I used
so
to
bad.
eat 2 in one sitting by myself.
I inhale my shit now, and I'm trying to slow myself down.
No, eat.
Because I don't, and I look at you, and you're not even halfway through. You look at me, and you're like, "Holy fuck, Alex, you hungry?"
I say you're hungry.
Like, yeah, I'm hungry.
Oh, but the healthy snack.
The healthy snacks.
Not to get off too
Oh my
off
god,
track.
can we also? I wanted to talk about the one healthy snack in particular we got today, but can we talk about the other healthy snacks we got?
Yeah, we can talk about all the healthy snacks that we got for like sessions and stuff. I don't know what brand it is, and I don't really feel like getting up to the cupboard and grabbing it right now.
No.
But while we go to Costco, we always hit the samples while we're going, because who doesn't want to try free food? Like, come on. They're dehydrated apple chips.
Yeah, they cored apples and sliced them real thin, kept the skins on, dehydrated. We need to get a good dehydrator.
We do, because I love dehydrated food.
Yum.
I will make beef jerky or turkey jerky, I guess. I will use the turkey bacon to make turkey bacon jerky.
Yes, please.
Oh
my god.
Get pineapple. Just make dehydrated pineapple chunks.
We'll get mangoes and like apricots and shit. Oh fuck yeah! I
Healthy
love dehydrated fruits, but also we got some hydrated fruits. Those I lost my shit because today I saw raspberry oranges,
which we found out
were just fucking
blood oranges is an alternative name for blood oranges.
But they do breed them with raspberries though. That's how they get them, right?
From what I looked at, it was a citrus with a sinistry. Or sinensis. It's SINENSI. It's a tea plant.
Interesting.
Oh.
What?
Camellia sinensis. So tea.
Interesting.
Huh. Interesting.
What?
Raspberries are in the sinensis family too.
Okay, so yeah, they did breed it with raspberries. It's an orange and raspberry bred together, and they taste really good.
They taste so good.
These you said taste different than blood oranges you've had.
True, but I've also gotten blood oranges from like farmers markets mostly.
Yeah. This was from Aldi.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if it's just bread. It's a lot juicier.
Oh, I forgot to tell Mia about those because Mia asked if we found anything interesting.
Yeah,
and I told them about the cream puffs. I didn't tell them about these dudes. They're good.
But yeah, I think it's just because like it could be like a Fuji apple or a Granny Smith apple. There could be different types and sub-breeds of like blood oranges, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just the way this one was grown was better. I don't know.
Or it's like they're
so juicy though.
They probably just bred it with with raspberries. Maybe the ones that you had were bred with something else in the family. I don't know.
Probably.
But yeah, so good, so juicy. Had like a pink color in the inside. Excuse me. The membraning was interesting too. Like the membraning didn't really look like an orange.
Yeah.
But it was so good.
Yeah, fruit's a really good thing to have. I think it's healthy stoner snacks. We also got one of my favorite. It's not the favorite brand. I'm giving a brand I used to devour a lot as a kid as a try again, but pickles.
A big old fucking thing of pickles.
The biggest jar of pickles they had, and then we went to Gordon's, was as a restaurant store, like they cater to restaurants.
Yeah, and there was a bigger thing of pickles,
like a 5-gallon bucket.
It was like 30,
pickle spears,
$34.
Yeah,
something like that. No, those were the deli pickles. Those were.
No. What was right next to it was a 5-gallon bucket of spears.
That's not what I saw. I saw
deli
pickles.
I know. I saw the big pickles too. But then I was like, wait, that's bigger for like $10 more.
I also thought of getting Rayven just a fucking. You can get a box of the syrup. And there was Dr. Pepper syrup.
Oh, yeah. You can get, like, if you ever worked in a restaurant that serves soda, you know, those fucking cardboard boxes and, 5-gallon pouches.
And they're heavy as shit.
of like soda mix.
Yeah, you can get one of those. It was $104 for one. And I was gonna get you one for Dr. Pepper, so that way you could just fucking seltzer your own water and make your own fucking Dr. Pepper.
Birthday gift.
Yeah. I just don't know how we would use
Get it out.
because we don't have like the spigot adapter or anything.
But you can buy little machines to do that.
Yeah.
So
Just to... the coffee flavorings over there looked amazing.
oh yeah.
And you can even buy the pumps for it.
We got to go back, and hopefully next time it won't trigger like a like food service like issues for me.
Food service is fucking traumatizing a little bit. Yeah, food service can be a little traumatizing. But I got cream puffs while we were there.
Oh, those were so good.
They were so good.
Don't mind me just scratching my stomach.
Tummy scratch.
We got like a minute till the break. Do you want to take a break now and come back when we can talk about the other stuff?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. We'll be back after recorded
messages from our sponsors.
You're only good at that because radio.
Hey there, it's Alex from Smoking Out the Closet. We've been so glad to be able to make this podcast for you, and we now have some partners who are happy to help make this podcast happen as well. Our friends over at DaVinci Vapors have sent us one of their many amazing products, the IQC Dry Herb Vaporizer. If you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you've heard us talk about DaVinci, and we've even used the IQC on the show. With a half-gram dry herb chamber, 30-second heat-up time, precision temperature control, removable and rechargeable 18650 battery, and an on-time of 2 hours, what's not to love about the DaVinci IQC? Well, what if we told you can get an extra 15% off just for listening to this podcast? That's right. Use the code SOTC15 for 15% off at checkout site-wide. Thanks again to our friends over at DaVinci Vapors. And now, back to the episode.
And we are back.
You're so goofy.
I am. This is what I like about this strain, though. It's because it makes me goofy, but like in a fun way, you know? Like that. I'm not drunk goofy, and I can still kind of tone it down if I need to. But if I want to be goofy, I can let it be. Let it be goofy. And like it's like that. You know, like when you're at slumber parties with your friends and it's 2 a.m. and you're just kind of goofball-y a bit.
Abish.
Abish. Anyway, there is a couple topics I wanted to bring up. Is there did you want to talk about the movie we watched earlier?
Oh, yeah.
As it's stereotypical. You haven't seen the second one yet.
No.
But the first two are very stereotypically like bi-culture movies. Did you want to talk about that? Or do you want to wait?
Sure.
Or I don't know. Okay.
You already brought it up.
Okay. I mean, we could always wait till next week.
You already brought it up.
Okay.
So we talk about it.
Okay. I finally introduced you into The Mummy.
Yeah.
With the 1990s version, not the OOG, like, you know, the old Mummy movie, but like the 1990s Brendan Fraser, Rick and Evie, with Imhotep and Anu Moon.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about it? Because I knew when Anu Moon came on the screen, you were like,
oh my God, am I gay? Because fucking, oh Christ.
Just wait till you see the second one.
Oh.
I'm excited.
Oh my. So many attractive people in that movie. Very good movie, though.
Yeah, very, very well written movie, but you can see why it's stereotypically like a bi or pan struggle movie.
Oh, yeah.
A
lot of attractive people.
Mm-hmm. It was a really good cast, I feel like.
Yes.
You had to cover your eyes for a bit.
Yeah, the bugs. Lots of bugs. If you have a fear of swarms of bugs or like bugs under people's skin like I do, you gotta look away. There's a website that calls Does the Dog Die? That's a trigger you can search for. That movie's on there.
Really good though. I mean, so it's got like that like late '90s, early 2000s, like kind of weird CGI for some of the scenes. Like in Emotep's still like the mummified, like decomposing form, or
Yeah.
when New Sun and Moon's spirit is moving.
Yeah.
But I feel like that lends into it in a sense, in a very good way visually.
I will say that I don't like swarms of bugs. I'm not super afraid of them, but some of the CGI was a little dated. So some of the swarms, I was like, I'm not super scared of those. I know those are CGI.
Yeah.
But yeah, it aged well.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like.
feel like it's a very well aged movie that you can watch again and not be like taken out of it. And I think that stands for the writing for the first two movies. Well, yeah, it's really I like that movie.
That was the first movie I watched front to end.
Yep, because
this year because I fell asleep during Bride of the Monster,
the MST3K version,
the MST3K one, and then you and I were watching Turning
Turning
Red
Red.
last night and falling asleep during that.
Mhm. Which can we talk about Turning Red a little bit while we're on the subject?
Sure.
Because Turning Red has a lot of like LGBT kind of hints, but they weren't able to get away with actually confirming it until after the movie came out, and the creator of the movie kind of confirmed it.
Yeah.
And it stated like it was kind of a thing that like either had to get cut or wasn't approved by the execs at Disney, because you have Miriam is the one I do remember. Who is supposed to be canonically a trans girl.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Pyrrha, who's like a Twilight era, like kind of obsessed, and kind of has a dance scene with the goth one of the goth girls.
Yeah.
And all the friends are like wiggling their eyebrows
Like,
and like hitting elbows with each other. They were supposed to be like they're kind of like sapphic representation.
Yeah.
But I think it's like really cool. And there's like a whole other like bunch of stuff in the background, not just like LGBT. Like there was one girl who has that it's set in Toronto, so but it's like that little patch like slowly puts insulin in the body for people who are type 1 diabetic.
Mm-hmm.
So on and so forth. I think it's a really cute movie.
It is so cute.
I love it. But yeah, it's a cute movie. I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other topics I told you earlier that I wanted to talk about? Because now I can't remember. Oh, one's stoner stereotypes.
Yeah, stoner stereotypes. Because we did gay ones. We missed some gay ones last week.
There are a lot of them.
How did we not talk about the U-Haul lesbians?
I don't know.
How stoned were we? Whoopsies.
Very. But we're probably gonna miss some of the stoner ones as well. But I definitely wanted to bring that up because some stuff that's been floating around Twitter lately, specifically with like anti-cannabis people and some religious heads and so anti-cannabis people, religious figures and like theological doctors and everything, politicians.
Okay.
I didn't want to make the politicians sound religious, but them are probably using religion as an excuse for this.
No, disgusting. Disgusting.
But it's been spreading a lot of rumors and false information that are so out of date. So if you think of any, chime in at any point.
We're gonna jump into the reefer madness today.
But first thing I want to bring up is the stoners are lazy, because this one person on Twitch shared and I'm gonna pull it up here real quick, but basically I was like, it's a Dr. Taylor Marshall, and writes about like theology and stuff, but was like, if you smoke marijuana, I don't want you working for me. And I said, cool, because I wouldn't want to work for you anyway, you know? But like that, there was like a whole bunch of stuff like, oh, stoners are lazy.
How did that even start? Is that also Nixon?
No, I think that was whatever the
blame everything on Nixon.
Fuck his name was with the original cannabis prohibition and everything, like that guy.
Yeah.
Because I think it was, I mean, probably a little bit of Nixon pushed it further. But I feel like it was like the original prohibitionists, because the stereotype that Hispanic people, specifically Mexicans, are lazy. So I think it has some of that racism intertwined with it.
Yeah.
But then I think Nixon. Now, anyone who's listening that lived during the Nixon administration can probably correct us. Please do. I think a lot of it was Nixon with the hippies and everything. And it was like, oh, they're just lazy bums. They don't want to work and everything.
And hippies smoked weed.
Weed, exactly.
So weed is what made them lazy.
And that's not, honestly, that's not fucking true.
No.
Now, do I smoke weed before I do some stuff? Yeah. Like, it helps me with my chores, but it also helps me focus on my chores.
Yeah.
I know with some people that have, like, ADHD.
Hi.
That, like, terpinolene heavy strains help them focus on getting stuff done.
This that we had to, speaking of terpinolene, this Pineapple Express, that's what this is. When I sat down, it might be TMI, sat down to go pee before the episode, and I was like, man, this fucking molding in the bathroom is dirty. I need to clean it. This strain made me want to clean, and I'm not quite keen on that right now. But like, if I was looking for something, I definitely would pick it back up and be like,
yeah, if it's like a choring day, this would definitely something to do.
Absolutely.
For the train, you know.
But yeah, it helps me focus and like notice things differently than I did before.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. And like I work 12-hour days.
Yeah.
How am I lazy? I'm being a productive member of society working 12-hour days, helping people get relief and medicine in their life. Like,
and then we fucking did groceries today. I was hitting my pen the entire time we were doing groceries.
And like Costco, unfortunately, gets pretty crowded and everything. Like it helps with like
anxiety
and PTSD, depression, and everything. Like, no, screw you, dude.
I'm so high in this Costco. Call me Captain Kirkland.
The other one that I know is like the smell. A lot of people on Twitter have been, or like articles have been written about people complaining the smell. Like this one 76-year-old woman is suing her 78-year-old neighbor because the smell of the cannabis she was using to help with her cancer was going through the vents and entering her apartment, and she's having problems from it now, like health issues.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
It is. Right, it is full on bullshit because the old lady wasn't even smoking it or inhaling it in any form. She was decarbing it to make edibles.
Yeah.
Like, come on, get over yourself. Like, the smell, is not bad. Like, can it have a little bit of strong smell? Sure.
Can it be skunky sometimes?
Yes. But you know what else has a really strong potent smell that nobody complains about?
Alcohol.
No, I'm not even thinking. It's a food. Gefilte fish.
Oh.
Which is a typical Jewish food. And it has a really strong smell. Remember when we were living in State College, we had a neighbor that made that, and you could smell it in the complex. And you have me going, gefilte fish. Okay.
I thought alcohol, too.
Yeah, alcohol is a strong topic. Hell, fucking people's body spray.
Yeah.
And those are more pungent, like, and strong sometimes. Like, walking through, like, a college campus sometimes and smelling someone's cologne and almost gagging on it. What else? Stoners are stupid.
Yeah.
No, I can as pointed to this podcast.
We're not stupid.
We could speak very eloquently.
Exactly. I had a patient tell me that. Not also in the same breath said patient insulted one of my bud tenders, and I was upset about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was pissed. He was being an old white asshole. And he was like, oh, I'm an old white man and I know everything and you don't. I'm going to grill you about it. And then I started talking technical. He was like, oh, you know what you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, no shit. That's how I got this job. You think they just let anybody back here and selling weed on the side of the counter? No, believe it or not, they don't.
Yeah, it's just like we don't like there's so much science even on like the people who do consume cannabis and you like work in like the grow facilities and like turn flower into concentrates, and there's so much science and numbers and everything. Like it's being someone who uses cannabis, it does not is not a mark on your intelligence, as it's the same as using alcohol is not a mark on your intelligence. Cannabis is addictive.
No.
You could be dependent on cannabis, like you could be dependent on any medication, like I'll use me for example, Wellbutrin. I had to be weaned off of Wellbutrin when I wanted to stop it because it can give you headaches and you can feel sick and everything, but it's not like I'm shaken and I'm, itching to get on more Wellbutrin. It's more of my body and my brain's chemical makeup is used to finally getting something that's helping with the produce the hormones and everything that my brain needs to quote unquote function normal, that without it, it kind of struggles. It's kind of like learning to walk without crutches for the first time. And that can cause, feeling sick, grumpiness, headaches. But you can also be addicted and I think about it, dependent on like caffeine, sugar.
Caffeine is an actual addiction.
True. No, but I'm saying you can be dependent on it.
You can also, be dependent on it. There is also like the what we're talking about, like being addicted, though.
Yeah.
I don't like to bring those two together, like while we're talking about it, just because it does get confusing. But yeah,
true.
Because dependency is one thing, and then addiction is something else. Addiction, you actually get the withdrawal. You actually get the like, you need it. You're grumpy. You don't, It's like no, the brain chemicals in the chemicals in the way your brain functions is not altered to the point of that you cannot function without it.
Yes, that is the biggest thing between dependency and addiction. Is dependency is that crutch metaphor. And addiction is more of like you're in the middle of an ocean without a boat.
Yeah.
You kind of need the boat to kind of make it through the ocean. What's another stereotype? Can you think of anything off the top of your head?
The like fucking, can we just talk about the stereotypical like stoner though? Is just like tie-dyes and tattoos and fucking like peace signs and like lava lamps or like shit like that you find at Spencer's. Also shit you find at Spencer's. There's like weed leaves on everything, and like there are people who I have seen go into dispensaries that wear suit and ties, don't have a tattoo on their body, do the most boring, mundane job, and guess what? They also use weed. So there's no one way you can assume just by looking at somebody that they smoke weed.
Yeah.
Or they use cannabis, I should say.
I will say that the stereotype that cannabis makes you less creative, it dampens your creativity, is also kind of the same boat as the lazy stereotype, because I have met so many people, including myself, that have made weird but kind of beautiful and intricate art high off their gourd.
I was about to say, if anything, it makes you more creative and everything. Have you not seen the Beatles? Like, come on.
And that's what the thing too is, like, if people don't understand, it's like, oh, cannabis makes you like uncreative and unthoughtful. And I'm like, we need to look at some of these amazing authors and painters and everything. And I'm like, do you realize how many of them were using like other drugs?
Do you know how many of those people are just using drugs, period?
Yeah, like one of my favorite ones people bring up is Ernest Hemingway. I'm like, oh, you mean the opium user?
Yeah.
Like, really? Are you okay? I'm actually on r/ask Reddit, and it's I'm reading the Stoners of Reddit. What is the most stereotypes you hate the most? What makes you lazy? We already said that. Wow, these are like 10 months ago. And there's like only 16 comments. That's
Wow.
kind of sad.
That is sad.
Oh my god, someone said, think Patrick from SpongeBob. That's how a lot of people see us. I will say some strains make it harder for you to concentrate on decision making.
Yeah.
But so does alcohol.
Yeah.
I have seen more people with booze act like Patrick drunk ordering food than I've seen stoners. Because stoners, what I've seen stereotypically, are more THC makes you more hungry and everything. So when I think of a stereotype with stoners or cannabis users, I think of when ordering food, it's more of like Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. They order like 4 number 12s, 4 number 8s, like they order a bunch of sliders and everything, like 2 drinks apiece. Where because you either get, okay, I want a lot of food and I know what I like, or I want some food and there's so many cravings at the same time I can't narrow it down. I get like Patrick going to the store sometimes when I'm going to a new place because I haven't established my go-to meal. Because I'm a creature of habit. I get the same thing for like years on end. What?
Creature of habit, that's what you're calling it, huh? I pick. I love you.
No, you're good.
I joke. I keyed.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else is there. Oh, here we go. Here's a list from High Times. Stoners only have a 5-word vocabulary. As I've already said, we can speak very eloquently and use a lot of different verbiage.
Yeah.
We already said we're lazy. Oh, we only. Okay, this is funny because I am currently wearing a tie-dyed shirt, but we only wear tie-dyed shirts. Okay, to be fair, I've always liked tie-dye.
I like tie-dye too, but I'm also goth. I wear a lot of black.
I've always liked tie-dye because I like colors and I'm artsy, you know. But also, it's the rainbow. I'm gay, all right? Like, plus, it was a clean shirt.
That was a free shirt.
That was a free clean
that you
shirt.
have on.
420 means we smoke. Someone tried connecting on Twitter that I responded to. They tried connecting 420 to Hitler because Hitler was born on 420. And I'm like, that's not the reason why it's 420. I can give you the reason. It's from the Waldos. No, it's not any way connected to that at all.
You called out somebody who had 88 as part
Yeah,
of the
it was
username.
that was part of the response. I'm like, but funny enough, because they had 88 at the end, and I'm like, that's HH, which is a thing that neo-Nazis a lot that from 4chan kind of brought into like white supremacists and everything. It's different, like, you know, it's Hail Hitler abbreviated, and I'm like, and then immediately after I put that out, they deleted their tweets. We're friends with sketchy drug dealers. Dude, my drug dealers are my coworkers. I work at a dispensary. You know, this is how a cannabis dispensary is usually. You ever go to a CVS? Just think of it, but a lot more chill, a lot more cool, and we have fucking cool music.
It's also a lot more locked doors you gotta walk through.
In the state of PA, yes. Other states like California, Colorado, not as much.
But it's just like, hey, I'm here to pick it. Here's my ID. Here, I'm gonna go get my order. Goodbye.
Apparently, we have poor posture because we're always sitting like leaning back in the chair like those delinquents in the back of the class. I have poor posture because I've always had poor posture.
Yeah, same. That has nothing to do with it. I smoke pot.
We're in a constant state of confusion. To bring out SpongeBob, like we're holding the orb of confusion. No. I'm in a constant state of confusion because I don't get why people do things. And I've always been like that. I've always been, why do you do that? Why do we do this? Why is
are
this
you the way that
normal?
you are?
Exactly. We are all always paranoid because of the cannabis.
I'm paranoid because I have anxiety. It's not the weed. I smoke the weed, so I'm not paranoid. I make sure I smoke weed that doesn't make me paranoid.
I have not gotten in the time I've used cannabis, I've not once gotten paranoid.
You're so lucky because it's horrible.
And I've gotten paranoid with prescriptions,
Yeah.
and that's not fun.
No, not at all.
I think you got paranoid with that migraine medication the doctor gave you. You were kind of like a little like tense and everything.
Yeah.
We are slaves to munchies. Well, yes, cannabis can increase appetite and everything. That's usually a good thing for a lot of people. But also increased appetite includes increased metabolism, and increased metabolism means you can lose weight if that's something you want to do. I'm not saying that everybody who uses cannabis loses weight or anything like that. I'm just saying that is something I've noticed in myself, at least. But also, food's fucking delicious, man.
Yeah, food's so good.
Like if you cook good food, even if you don't eat a lot and you kind of graze throughout the day, what's wrong with that?
Keeps your metabolism up. That's what you're supposed to do. The only reason that we have like the 3 meals a day thing is because of like industrialization.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same reason why we sleep in chunks of 8 hours every night. We're not supposed to do that shit either.
But like, food's good.
Food's great.
Food is good.
Eat food. I might eat food after this podcast.
We frequently dissolve into giggle fits.
What's wrong with that?
I don't.
You said that like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, like that's a bad thing. Oh my god, you're having enjoyment in your life.
No,
Stop it.
Ooh, shame on you. What are you, Jehovah's Witnesses?
We were talking about that at work the other day. But yeah, it's like no. Okay, sometimes I get in moods where like depending on the strain, I can be giggly. Okay. Yeah. I can also be really giggly sober too. It's called having humor.
Yeah.
Like, heck, you and me were being goofballs together the other day, and we hadn't even, like, touched any weed that day yet.
Yeah.
Like, what? That makes no sense.
None whatsoever. You're just not allowed to have fun. That's what that is.
Oh, God. Okay, here's one from my 420 tours. I'm trying to see what we... Oh, stoners live in their parents' basement. I don't want to live in my parents' basement. That thing's gross.
My parents have a cellar, not a basement.
Yeah, it's more of a cellar.
It's not finished. It's gross. It's dirt. It's musty.
Dirt. It floods a lot.
There's mice down there.
Yeah, no.
I'm not doing that.
Mm-mm. Now, if there was like a basement like the Foreman's had.
Oh, the Foreman's basement, absolutely.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with living in a basement?
But also, this doesn't look like my parents' basement. This is an apartment we're in right now.
3 hours away from your parents, 4 hours away from mine.
So your point's invalid. Next.
All skater dudes are stoners. No.
No.
Stoners only listen to jam bands and reggae.
No.
I don't like some improvisational bands just because the sounds don't mix well. Like, I like freeform jazz. I like improvisational jazz. I like that weird Japanese
shit that I showed
that you introduced me, which is like improv metalcore.
Yeah, and a lot of weird guttural mouth noises and screeching.
Like, okay, that's very interesting. I don't think that I would be a genre I would listen to a lot, but a couple of songs you shared I liked.
Yeah.
But like I don't really like a whole lot of improv stuff because sometimes there's no agreed upon structure method.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with some Fish songs and some Grateful Dead songs, but then there's others I'm just like, no.
I feel that.
Stoners only watch stoner movies. We already talked about watching The Mummy earlier.
Exactly.
Next. Stoners are meant for each other. I mean, I know some couples that smoke together, and I know that it's just one, and they kind of just go into a different part of the house or have a certain part of like the property that they go to, so their partner doesn't have to deal with it. We're just a couple that happens to be stoners.
Yeah, we were a couple before we became as stoner as we are. As stoner as we are. Stoner days of our lives. Sorry, that sounded cooler in my head.
No, you're good. But it just there's a lot of stereotypes, and while we can see where some of the roots come from, it's more kind of strain dependent. And I think they just, people find a strain that works for them or strain they like, and then they use it a lot, and then people think, oh, that's how all stoners are.
People don't understand. The thing that it is you as somebody who is in it and is like a bud tender, you understand everything about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The people from the outside say, hey, this is giggly grass, because I've only seen 2 people on giggly grass that were on in a movie.
Yeah.
And that's all they know about it.
But then, like, that's how you get, like, alcohol. Like, the stereotype is, like, you got 3 people with alcohol. You got the angry person, the huggy, I love you man person, or the, quoting Gabriel Iglesias, the mere person,
Yeah.
It's just, but that's not true because there's so many different people. But we also are
at the end of our episode,
getting to the end. So thank you so much for listening. We greatly appreciate it. Is there anything else you want to say or add to the send off?
No, I'm just gonna sign off. Once again, my name's Alex. I use they, them pronouns.
I'm Rayven. I use she, her pronouns.
And we'll see you in the next episode.
Goodbye. Ooh, a mint. Rayven here. I just wanted to make a little ad for our Patreon that we started. First and foremost, all the funds generated with this Patreon is going to go directly back into the podcast, whether that's better equipment so we can make better sounding episodes, give you guys really cool stuff like stickers, pictures, nice little trinkets from us, or be able to travel to places where there is legal weed or there's certain LGBT communities that we want to interact with and talk to, and potentially have some really cool guests come on the show. Now, right now our Patreon is bare bones, and I do apologize with that, but we hope to make it a little better as time goes on. Right now we have 3 tiers: flower, vape cartridges, and concentrates. Flower is $3 per month. Vapes is $6 per month, and concentrates is $9 per month. With flower, you get access to our Discord, the Scuttle Zone, a private Discord that we have for you guys to kind of interact with each other and potentially interact with us. We have things for like different aspects of the cannabis community and LGBT community where you guys can talk to and kind of just interact with each other and learn from each other, and learn with us. But you also get early access to these episodes. You get a day or two, basically immediately after I'm done editing the episode, I am putting it on the Patreon so you guys can listen to it early. With vape, you have everything from the flower, but you also have access to the private chat room in the Discord server for one-on-one discussions and questions for us. You'll have the ability to basically be, hey, I have a question about this certain thing, and we'll answer it at the end of every episode. We won't get to everyone all at the same time, obviously, but, we'll spread it out through the month and be able to get to as many questions as we can. And then with the concentrates, you get everything from flower and vape, but you also get behind the scenes looks at what we do here. I'll show like what I'm editing and like maybe little sound files or like little clips of what we're working on. our show notes, so you get to see that early, potentially, knowing what topics we're going to be talking about on this next episode. Pictures of stuff in and outside of the recording stuff, like things like cannabis festivals. We'll take pictures and post some of them online, but with the behind the scenes access, you get to see all of that. Basically, all the dumb faces we make at each other, all the cool stuff that we see, and all the cute things that we find. It's my hope with this Patreon that we'll be able to go far and wide and hopefully be able to see some of you guys or have some live shows in the future where you guys can come and interact with us. And obviously, no pressure. I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of this, and first and foremost, take care of you guys yourselves. If you don't have money to support it, or if something happens, you have to stop, we totally understand. Thanks.